Today I want to talk about how there's no more AMC shares to short, and how the hedgies can't even locate anymore as a result of all those FTX synthetic tokens being removed. And I want to explain how this has caused a massive spike in the AMC cost to borrow, and how as a result the shorts are doomed. So stay tuned and let's make some money. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So Peter Han tweeted saying, I think a lot of people are missing the connection between FTX digital tokens and the cost to borrow rate. When you borrow shares to short, your broker has to claim that they can actually locate the shares. Okay, these hedge funds can't actually short AMC unless their market maker can at least claim they can locate AMC shares that are available. Now obviously these market makers haven't been locating legit AMC shares, they've been locating FTX synthetic tokens, but at least they can claim they're locating available AMC shares. Obviously, these market makers don't care that they're locating synthetic shares. Clearly, the SEC doesn't care that they're locating synthetic shares. They're just going around and saying, oh, FTX and Bittrex have tons of AMC shares to locate. That'll do. This is how these hedge funds have got away with shorting AMC for so long, and how they've got away with creating additional AMC synthetic shares through FTX and through Bittrex as well. Because as Peter says, if some stupid crypto exchange say they have 400 million AMC shares, then maybe the broker claims they can easily find them. Sanjeev replied saying that FTX tokens were indeed in fact an important avenue for shorts and lenders to create and use unlimited synthetics to bring down AMC and GameStop. He said this is how they stopped the mother of all short squeezes in 2021, because both FTX and Binance actually listed these AMC and GameStop tokenized securities on January the 28th, 2021. Bittrex then also added tokenized shares as well back in June of 2021, again to crush the second run up back in June. At some point after that, Binance actually removed their tokenized securities because they realized just how much they were at risk as a result of the mother of all short squeezes. But obviously FTX and Bittrex were either oblivious to that risk, or they were assured by these hedge funds that the mother of all short squeezes wouldn't happen and continued to list those tokenized securities. But as Sanjeev said, now with FTX bankrupt, this avenue is shut. As AMC and GameStop recover, the squeeze potential is likely to be much higher. We also know that many other avenues to generate these synthetic shares or to generate additional liquidity to meet their margin requirements has also been removed over the last year, or the last few months at least. They can no longer use these total return swaps as a result of the massive expose courtesy of Archegos Capital Management. No longer can they pump Chinese IPO companies as these have been suspended. Now Peter Han did actually reply saying that Bittrex still has some digital share tokens, but asked the question, how long will they last? But Bittrex tweeted today saying, as part of our product line for eligible customers, Bittrex Global offer tokenized securities, known as tokens, through our historical relationship with Alameda. He said we suspended trading of those products immediately as the news of FTX and Alameda's difficulties hit last week in order to protect our customers. And they said in light of the news since then, we've decided to shut this product down completely, aka those 625 million Bittrex AMC tokenized securities are also no longer, and they've also been removed and shut down completely. So that's practically overnight a billion AMC synthetics that can no longer exist and must be cancelled potentially over the next few days or the next few weeks. And as tweeted by themaskedinvestor, this has caused the AMC cost to borrow rate to rise massively. We can see the cost to borrow maximum is now 304%. The cost to borrow average, which is the important one, is a whopping 302%. And also on top of that, the cost to borrow minimum is 90.2%. This is basically saying that on average, on an annual basis, these shorts are paying their entire short position 3 times over in borrowing costs alone, let alone the additional costs that are incurred on their can kicking and the additional costs for fines on their FTDs. aka if these shorts have a total short position of $500 billion, it's going to cost them $1.5 trillion in borrowing costs alone every single year. And Roe tweeted saying that's the highest max or average borrowing cost I've seen in a long time. And I think that actually this is the highest borrowing cost that I've ever seen. And that just goes to show how screwed the shorts are right now and actually how close we are to the AMC squeeze. I imagine that over the next few weeks, as more and more hedge funds and more market makers fail to locate any kind of AMC shares at all, whether it's legit shares or synthetic shares, it's only going to cause the cost to borrow rate to be pushed up higher and higher. At some point, something will end up snapping, and there will be one hedge fund or a number of hedge funds that can no longer afford this insane cost to borrow price and are forced to close out of their short positions and potentially end up going bankrupt. And just a quick one, if you haven't already, be sure to join the free Discord linked in the description below. We've got 1348 indicators and we talk about AMC and share due diligence all day long. And of course, be sure to sign up to Moomoo to get $10 absolutely free and 15 free shares on top of that, worth up to a whopping $2,000 each. Moomoo is very easy to use, it's got tons of technical indicators, and you can even get 1348 indicators on the Moomoo platform entirely for free and entirely yourself on whatever stock you like. But I also think that for the shorts, it's about to get much, much worse. FTX isn't the only exchange or isn't the only crypto company that has imploded or is about to implode. The Chainsaw tweeted saying, breaking news, a potential bank run on crypto.com may be in progress. Nearly 90,000 unique transactions have been processed in the last few hours, suggesting that users are scrambling to get their funds off the exchange. And on top of that, Ash tweeted saying, get your funds out of crypto.com, gate.io and Huobi now. There are rumours that exchanges are borrowing money to show the proof of reserves. And as Ref replied, he said something is going on. He just tried to withdraw his tokens from Huobi, and it says that BEP20 withdrawals are right now suspended. This suggests that at least Huobi and potentially a number of other crypto exchanges are also insolvent right now and are about to go bankrupt, and potentially thousands, if not millions of users are about to have their funds stolen and lost. Yeah, I think this is only going to add to the problem for these shorts as crypto will crash further and they're going to have even less liquidity available to meet their margin requirements and less availability or less ability to generate additional collateral. There's also a potential that even Binance, the largest crypto exchange, may be insolvent. CZ, the CEO of Binance, tweeted saying if an exchange has to move large amounts of crypto before or after they demonstrate their wallet addresses, it's a clear sign of problems. Stay away. And Deza replied saying you literally moved 2.7 billion Tether tokens out of Binance Tron Cold Wallet 2 into a wallet not listed as part of reserves within 24 hours of publishing the reserves. By his own admission, now Binance isn't even safe. This is the same telegraphing as Sam Bankman-Fried did. And I think as a result, a number of shorts have realised just how screwed they are and just how likely the mother of all short squeezes actually is. As a result, a number of large hedge funds and even major banks has closed out of all of their put positions, or at least a massive portion. Barclays have closed out of 1.16 million put positions as a result of the news. Clear Street have also closed out of 150,000 put options. We can also see here that Bank of America have closed out of a whopping 3.1 million put options on AMC, and they've only kept a mere 50,000. And again, on top of that, we've got Goldman Sachs closing out of 1.8 million put options, and we've also got the Bank of Montreal closing out of 500,000 puts as well. We can see this is some massive, massive reductions in put options on AMC by some of these major banks and by some massive hedge funds as well. They clearly realise how much of a risk the mother of all short squeezes actually is and how close it is to actually happening. Therefore, they're all bailing out of their puts because they don't want to be caught on the receiving end of a squeeze. And just to make matters worse for those shorts, Adam Aaron has tweeted saying, all hail the Black Panther. AMC welcomed more than 4.9 million guests to our theatres globally Thursday through Sunday. He said, we've just set a US record for the biggest November movie opening in AMC's 102-year history. It's again time to say this to the prophets of doom, hashtag choke on that. Again, another record-setting weekend or another record-setting month for AMC as a result of Black Panther is clearly some brilliant news and just goes to show how screwed the shorts thesis actually is. We're seeing AMC improving as a company and the shorts having less and less ways to actually short AMC and less ways to generate liquidity to meet their margin requirements. As a result, this is causing the cost to borrow to spike massively to a whopping 300% of their entire position on an annual basis. Many of these hedge funds and these shorts are struggling for liquidity in the best of times and struggling for cash and can't afford to pay 3 times their entire short position over and over on an annual basis. I do think this will cause a wave of short covering even before the market crash potentially happens, which will obviously cause the squeeze. But guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.